Matthew 9 verses 14 to 15. One day the disciples of John the Baptist came to Jesus and asked him, "Why don't your disciples fast like we do and the Pharisees do?" Jesus replied, "Do wedding guests mourn while celebrating with the groom? Of course not. But someday the groom will be taken away from them, and then they will fast." In this short yet profound exchange, Jesus addresses a question posed by the disciples of John the Baptist regarding fasting. He uses the analogy of a wedding celebration to illustrate his point. During a wedding, it's a time of joy and feasting, not mourning or fasting. Jesus, referring to himself as the groom, suggests that while he is present with his disciples, it is a time for celebration rather than fasting. However, he hints at a future time when he will be taken away, alluding to his impending death and departure from earth. In that future time of absence, fasting will be appropriate for his followers as they long for his return and seek closeness with God. This passage invites us to consider the purpose and timing of fasting in our spiritual lives. Fasting is not simply about depriving ourselves of food, it's a spiritual discipline that helps us draw closer to God, seek His guidance, and express our longing for His kingdom to come. Just as fasting is not appropriate during a wedding celebration, there are seasons in our lives when we may focus more on celebrating God's presence and blessings. Yet, there are also times of trial, waiting, or spiritual preparation when fasting can be a powerful means of seeking God's will and presence. Actions to take. Discern God's timing. Reflect on the seasons of your life and discern whether it's a time of celebration or a time of fasting and seeking God's presence in a deeper way. Practice spiritual disciplines. Consider incorporating fasting into your spiritual practices, not as a legalistic duty, but as a means of drawing closer to God and aligning your heart with His purposes. Long for Christ's return. Let fasting be a reminder of your longing for Christ's return and the fulfillment of God's kingdom on earth. Use this time to pray for His kingdom to come and His will to be done in your life and in the world. May we approach fasting with a heart of sincerity and devotion, seeking to draw closer to God and align our lives with His purposes. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.